Hey all, this is Ashish Fernando, your trusted global survival guide, and today I'm going to be using my own example to talk to you about how to upskill yourself to build your career as an international student towards path to an entrepreneur or to being somebody successful in the corporate world or just anything that your heart desires. You may want to be the best painter or the best dancer out there. I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story of how I went from coming to the United States as an international student back in 2013. Yeah, I just dated myself, that's right. To now successfully running an AI startup, which is actually not a startup. I mean, we've been doing this for about 5 years now, and I thought my story might inspire some of you out there who are looking to either switch your careers or you're looking towards international education to actually help support you and your career and to start a company. Let me start by saying that there are a lot of myths out there. And one of the myths is that when you're an international student and let's say you're on a work visa or you're on a PR, a permanent residency in some countries, you might feel like, oh, it's hard to start a company. You might feel like it's against the law or within the legal framework, it's not really possible. But let me tell you, that's actually a myth. There are many legal ways of not just starting your company while you are on a work visa, but also actually growing it into a full-fledged company with investors on board, just like I did. So if you want to hear about that, stay on this video and watch the rest of it. I'm pretty sure that you will gain something out of it. Before we get started, it would be great for you to help me with the YouTube algorithm by hitting the like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me build quality content for you all out there. So where do we get started? I mean, when I came here as a student myself, I went to a really good school in the Boston area, and I was set up around a lot of these entrepreneurs who were trying to build their own little platforms and services and products all over the place. And a lot of them, when I met them, I was shocked to see a lot of them just demotivated because they thought that, oh yeah, I'm just a student, I'm on a student visa. Like if you're in the States, you're on an F1 visa, and they thought it's just impossible to convert your idea into a real company. And that's where I started. So I was very I was also kind of demotivated, to be honest, because when I came here, I thought, yeah, I'll do my MBA and I'll really start something of my own. But as time went on, I had to teach myself that most of the people who were giving me that advice were actually wrong. There was a completely legitimate way for me to start a company. But let me tell you my life at the MBA program that actually helped me figure this all out. So I went for a 10-month MBA to Bentley University out of Boston, beautiful school right outside of downtown, in a nice locality on a hill. And I was part of a really small elite class of just 23 students doing the MBA program. And we literally had only 10 months. It was a 10-month program. Within that, we had to figure out how do we get sponsored in this country? And we had to figure out how do we also turn some of our ideas into reality. And to be honest, it was pretty stressful. Right? 10 months go by before you even realize it. And so when I started studying right on day one, the first thing I did, and this might help some of you who are thinking about doing an MBA or thinking about starting companies outside, on day one, my main focus was not studies. It was not studies. I'll just be very honest about it. Studies was my, clearing with flying colors in my MBA was my second priority. My first priority was actually to get out there meet as many people as I can, figure out what does it take to get a job in this country, to get a work visa in this country, and figure out how to actually turn my ambitions and goals into reality. Studies, yes, I was very confident about how I operate. I That's the reason I came here. I actually came here to do my MBA, and it was really important. It is very, very important for you also that you focus on that. But in the end, it's especially business students, when you come here, it's not just about learning from books and theory. It's also important of how you apply all of that in the outside world. And my way of doing that was very simple. The door of my bedroom, I made sure that by the end of the 10 months of my MBA program, I filled that door with all of my name tags, my name stickers. Every event I attended, every networking session, every meet and greet with companies, I actually bought my name tag back and I put it on the door, and I made sure that by the end of the 10 months, I had a door full of name tags. Now, was it because it's cool? Yeah, when my friends came home, they were like, wow, man, you attend so many events. But that was not the main reason to do that. The main reason was I needed a motivation to actually attend as many events as I can, meet as many people as I can. And that's what I did. Luckily, by the end of 10 months, I had 3 job offers that I could pick from. And I had some really good offers from companies that were paying me a lot of money. But again, my goal and ambition was to build my idea into a startup. And so I decided to pick the company that had the most chance for me to get there. The cool thing about my MBA program was, while I was doing the MBA, I was also on YouTube. I was running this channel of mine, the Global Survival Guide channel. I was talking to a lot of students about how to really get the right admit, how to really find the right finances. And in the process, I realized that I was growing this whole community of students around me who were asking me questions and seeking my advice. And honestly, it wasn't that hard for me to think of the best idea for me to turn into a business. Honestly, I just said, I'm going to help students get to the right school, the right university. I'm going to teach them my secrets and my methods of doing that, and in the process, actually build a business around it. And that's what I ended up doing. But the beautiful thing about my employer, and this comes to the decisions we make in life, I picked an employer who actually paid me half of what another employer was paying me. But I found in my boss, ex-boss now, I found the conviction that he will support me in whatever I wanted to do in life. He was more of a mentor and a relationship guy than a real boss, to be honest. And I really thank him for that. He's still a really good friend of mine. In fact, he's now an investor in my business. Isn't that awesome? And that's where you have to sometimes challenge the status quo. My family, my girlfriend, now my wife, everybody said to me that, hey, it's probably not the right decision to work for this company. They're paying you less. There's maybe not a chance that you'll get a work visa, but I took that chance. And chances are what, in the end, they're a hit or a miss. But when they hit big, and that's what I did. And luckily, I started working for this company while I was building my YouTube channel. And one fine day, I was talking to this mentor of mine, my boss, and I said, hey, I've been secretly running my life, advising students and doing a lot of these things. I really feel like I want to start this business. And by that time, I was actually already on a pretty good legal status to start a company, and I told my boss that I'm actually leaving. That's the only way I can do this, is what I thought. I said, I'll leave this company. I'll go hopefully find some investors and start my company. And to my surprise, my boss said to me, hey, why not I support you and why not I fund your business? And for me, that was, I think, it's safe to say that it's in the top three pivotal moments of my entire life, that this boss of mine and a good friend right now, um, said, Ashish, I really trust what you do, and I believe in you, and here's $1 million. He put $1 million in my business, and that's how I started growing really fast. We hired a team. I'm really grateful that a lot of the people that came in to join iSchool Connect, which is the business I run, um, they are still there. I mean, 5-6 years in, we still have those people working at iSchool Connect, like my peers, colleagues, my best friends, and almost like my family. And it's just been the best 5 years of my life. And entrepreneurship, for me, the way I would define it is entrepreneurship is really hard. It takes a lot of courage to make certain decisions, especially as an international student. It's very it can be a little stressful at times, because decisions that you make are going to affect you in the long term. In the short term, you may have to leave the country if suddenly you're out of legal status. There are so many things, but all these people, my investors, my friends, my family, they were around me, and I've been building a startup along with a few of my closest trusted people. And honestly, as an international student, I would like to tell you that if that is what you have in mind, if you want to start a company, it doesn't matter if it's in the United States, it's in the UK, wherever it is, there is always a legal way to do that. It's the way is going to be different for everyone, right? Some of you, it depends on your background, it depends on what legal status you came in on. It depends on whether, like, let's say you're in the US but you're on a J1 visa instead of an F1 visa, whether the J1 visa has a 2-year home residency rule. There's a lot of things that go on, but there is always a way. But what's needed is a will. You need to have the will to kind of figure it out. We've had a lot of friends, since we've lived in the United States. We've had a lot of friends, a lot of students, just strangers, but now our best friends, who came to this country, sometimes seeking our advice, and they came here, and today they're actually running successful businesses. They're actually doing some really good things in the economy here, and making a lot of money too. So that's what I would say is just, keep at it, always try and find a way. There's a lot of naysayers out there. A lot of people are going to be telling you that no, it's not possible, but it is always possible. It's a matter of research, finding the niche that works for you, and execution. Guys, execution is the most important thing in the world. Everybody on earth has an idea that they think is going to be the next $1 billion idea, but it doesn't work that way. I always tell people around me, your idea could be that you want to start a coffee shop, right? Just a coffee shop. Now, how many coffee shops are around you? Lots. But you could start a coffee shop and make it a grand success and make even billions of dollars just making good coffee. I mean, think of companies like Blue Bottle. It's just, they've been around for just a few years, but somebody thought, hey, I'm going to transform the way I sell coffee. I'm going to transform the environment in which I sell and even make coffee. And oh, it's a blockbuster. I love the coffee at Blue Bottle and the Belgian waffles. In no means they're sponsoring this video. I'm just telling you that, that's just an example of how you can take a simple idea and just convert it into the next biggest thing since sliced bread. So with that, guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me stay motivated to make more videos and to share my thoughts with all of you. Till next time, take care and good luck in your journey going abroad. Take care. Bye-bye.